Hello, everybody. Okay. Hello, everybody. All right. Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? Just give me a few minutes here for people to get on. Okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Uh, just going to go over some pictures and show some pictures I've taken over the few years, last few years or so. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, just drop them off in the comment section there and I'll respond to them. All right. Let's see, the first image that we see here is from Kansas City, or it's basically a picture of the skyline of Kansas City. This actually was taken from Liberty Memorial, and you can see the Kansas City Union Station there in the background or foreground there. And this was I actually shot it in color and converted the image into black and white, and that's actually uh, what I end up with. I actually have also the color version and also wider images as well on my website. Now, the next image is of Liberty Memorial, also in Kansas City. Basically, the previous image was shot from the kind of on the back of Liberty Memorial. This is the tower and the entrance to the museum, the National War One Museum, and you can actually go up in the tower. And actually, at the very top here, there's actually a walk it where area. You can walk around the tower, and then that's actually included in the price of the admission. So if you go to the National War One Museum, you'll be able to go up in that tower with the price of the admission. And next image is a picture of a white-tailed deer. It was shot at Springfield Conservation Center in Springfield, Missouri. This was actually, I believe, in the winter time, actually, and that was actually it took about a few years ago. One thing with the Springfield Conservation Center is that they actually the wildlife is pretty friendly and pretty used to people. You can actually get pretty close to the animals while you're there. And you can actually see lots of like the deer, heron, wild turkeys, and so forth. And this next image is from Tanya Creek Park in Bella Vista, Arkansas. It's actually down further from the waterfall, basically a stream. And this image actually I took a few years ago. It actually ended up in a calendar for last year, and for our Arkansas Wild and Scenic calendar. And so this was actually after a pretty good amount of rainfall. That was also in the winter time too, as well, when I took that picture. And then this is Grand Falls here in Joplin, Missouri. This was in the springtime, kind of early in the morning. It's just you can actually kind of see the sunlight just starting to get on the trees there. Right up there at the top there. And then this is Tanya Creek, again, like I said, in Bella Vista. This is the actual waterfall. This was taken in the fall. You can see the light rays coming through here and kind of shining down here. And I was able to kind of get this almost like dreamy look here, or this dreamy look to it. And this next image is the solar eclipse that was about 3 years ago. This was actually taken at Watkins Woolen Mill State Park, just northeast of Kansas City, and was actually kind of a overcast. There was a little bit of rain, but luckily the skies kind of broke, and we were able to. I was able to get some pictures. This was actually one of the images I took, and then just after that, it started raining again, pretty heavily. But and then this is a picture of a white-tailed deer, also at Springfield Conservation Center. Again, you can kind of see just how used to people they are, and you can actually see another one kind of in the background there. This one's just kind of watching my friend and I just kind of walking along the trail and not really being too concerned with us. And then this is a barred owl at Prairie State Park. Was actually kind of got done hiking that day and just went down to like a picnic area. It was actually in a tree and took off, flew into a little taller tree and just kind of hung out in the tree there and just kind of keep an eye on me. And this is a picture of the barred owl just sitting there up in the tree watching me. And this is from Smoky Mountains National Park in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Just a picture of a stream on a kind of overcast day. And I was able to get this kind of a little bit of longer exposure. It was actually shutter speed was actually a full second actually to get that picture and be able to get the proper lighting on that. And then this is a church inside the Smoky Mountains National Park, and this is one of several buildings, cabins, and churches and so forth that are actually in the national park. You can kind of drive through. I think this one actually, or this particular one, is just off the Cades Cove loop, which is one of the more popular roadways through the park. And this is Grand Falls. This actually I've shot this on Christmas Day. Very overcast sky, and it's really a cloudy day, and it allowed me to get these kind of long exposures to get the best lighting in that. And this is a picture of a rose-breasted grosbeak. They kind of come through in the springtime, and kind of large sized bird. They're about the size of a cardinal, and this is a male actually, and the female is mostly dark brown with a kind of lighter brown stomach and chest area. And I was able to get a picture of this guy here in the tree. And this is a picture of the fireworks at Missouri State University. This was actually on July 4th, or a couple of years ago, and was able to get where you kind of see the trees in the foreground and kind of give a little interest in the picture here, and then was able to get this one with all the different fireworks going off. It's basically combining multiple fireworks into one shot, and kind of be able to get this effect then. And this is a picture of from Onondaga Cave in Onondaga State Park in Leesburg, Missouri. Was able to get a cave tour, and the cave tour was able to go into this cave and another cave called Cathedral Cave, and was able to set up with a tripod, and was also able to take my time because it was just only a couple of us on the tour, so I was just able to stop and take pictures. And several times I was able to even get video of just hearing the cave sounds. I actually had the YouTube clip or a link to the YouTube video on my Facebook page. And this is a picture of Reddings Mill Bridge in Wildcat Glades in Joplin, Missouri. It used to be a motor vehicle bridge, but now it's just mainly for, or just basically for bicyclists and also pedestrians and that. And it's actually part of the walking trail through the park or the Wildcat Glades. And this was in the springtime. You can see the flowers in the foreground and the kind of a little bit of stormy skies there in the background too as well. And then this is a picture of a ruby-throated hummingbird, just in the backyard actually. And basically just got this shot of actually a female, and near the feeder. Just be able to get this quick shot. It's kind of tough to photograph them. They're the size and the speed and everything. So, but and then this picture of overlooking Eureka Springs, Arkansas, at sunset in the fall actually, and you can see the different buildings, including the Crescent Hotel there in the center, or kind of middle there, which is a really old hotel. I think it was built in 1880s, actually, in the 1880s actually. And just kind of looking down over the town, and with the sun setting in the background there. And this is a picture of the Jasper County Courthouse in Carthage, Missouri. Christmas time, actually. Obviously, see the lights and everything there. And this is a picture of Grand Falls. This is actually with infrared. Basically, what I did with like this particular infrared shot is I actually used the infrared filter, which goes on the front of the camera lens, or just in front of the camera lens, and it actually blocks out all light except for infrared light. And so it requires really long shutter speeds because it's all little light that's coming through, but it creates this effect um, with the white foliage, as you can see here, with really dark skies and really dark water. I actually have several other photographs of infrared shots on my website as well. And this is eastern chipmunk, just in the backyard, and was just gathering food, nuts, and that, and was actually a wood pile, and was able to get kind of close to him, and then also along with the telephoto lines to get this kind of close-up shot, and you can actually see it's already got part of his mouth already filled actually. And this is a male Baltimore Oriole in the tree. And they actually come in through during the springtime, and basically they really enjoy having or eating grape jelly and that. They also eat hummingbird nectar as well too, or sugar water basically. And this is a southern flying squirrel. He's actually in a birdhouse, just kind of hanging out in the birdhouse, and on occasion he would just peek out and look out. One night did see him actually come out of the birdhouse and go up the tree. Um, this was actually a few years ago. Haven't really seen him since, but just kind of made a home there in the birdhouse. And this is a pileated woodpecker, also in the backyard, just going after a old dead tree. And pileated woodpecker is actually the largest woodpecker in, I believe, North America actually. And then here's the Cedar Wax Wing. They usually tend to kind of flock together, and they actually will kind of feast on berries and such. We tend to see them kind of more in the spring and that, but we saw that got this picture of this particular one just sitting up in the tree. And then this is a recreation of cabin at George Washington Carver National Monument in Diamond, Missouri. It's actually just a little outside of Joplin, Missouri, and really neat place. They have a lot of trails. They have a visitor center talking about the life of George Washington Carver, and just a really neat place to go and visit. And this is a picture of a butterfly on lilac in the springtime. It's actually a yellow swallowtail, and it's kind of hanging out on the um, lilacs, feeding and that. And I was just able to go ahead and get that picture. Usually they're pretty tough to photograph because they don't really stay in one spot or anything. And this is a eastern bluebird, also in the backyard in a tree. And actually a male eastern bluebird, state bird for Missouri and several other states. Um, and then this is a part of the pronunciation here, Porcitinian warbler. They're a little bird. They're about the size of a nuthatch or a tufted titmouse. Um, they're amazing to see in the sunlight because the yellow almost will actually kind of look like almost like a glow in the dark yellow, just about, or like a fluorescent yellow. Real pretty little bird. Usually you just see them in the summertime here in Missouri, but this one was actually photographed uh, down at Wildcat Glades, and this is another picture of a male Baltimore Oriole eating grape jelly in the backyard, and they also like oranges too as well. So if you leave half a orange, like sliced in half, they'll actually eat the insides out. And then this is a picture of fireworks at Missouri Southern State University this past 4th of July. You can actually see the Missouri Southern, one of the buildings at Missouri Southern, and a tree in the foreground. And kind of create some interest there. And this is actually a reflection from that Rainbow Bridge in Riverton, Kansas. This is now a pedestrian bridge, but you can actually kind of see the basically a reflection of the bridge in this puddle of water. And this is a picture of Grand Falls as well. This kind of more recent picture. Actually took earlier this year. Actually, this was again early in the morning. You can kind of see the light kind of shining down on the trees, and this is another infrared picture of Grand Falls. You can see in the white of the foliage, or how the foliage kind of comes off as white with darker skies and darker water. And then this is a picture early in the morning off Rays Mill Bridge, basically overlooking Show Creek, kind of a foggy morning. And again, real early in the morning. This was actually also the same day as well. Just get this fog get kind of cleared off a little bit, but still a kind of early morning shot. Oh, that's it. Does anybody have any questions or comments or anything? Well, I do offer all these pictures and others for sale on my website. That's greenheronphoto.com. And I'm actually extending my Christmas sale until the end of this Sunday, December 6th. You just use coupon code Christmas 2020. That's Christmas with an X, so XMAS 2020, and that will give you 25% off of all prints. That's just prints only, not merchandise. I do actually also sell merchandise. There's a link to the merchandise section, and if you have any comments or questions or anything, just email me or message me on Facebook. You can also follow me here on Facebook, or also Instagram and Twitter as well. And I also do have a YouTube channel as well, where I post a few videos as well. But just follow me on those platforms, and we'll continue uploading other pictures and doing more Facebook Lives. But if nobody has any questions, I'll go ahead and end it here. And again, thank you for joining me, and have a great night.